Hello, AfterBuzzers. It's another Monday night with your favorite Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt host. Stay tuned for episodes 7 and 8, where we find out exactly what Titus has been hiding all this time. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You know, we, in honor of Miss Dionne Warwick,
I love it.
We had to play a little bit of her niece's music, the fellow Jersey girl.
Yes.
Hello, AfterBuzzers. You're bringing in your Monday night with us ladies here at the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt After Show. My name is Tsahai, and you can find me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai. That's SayHitSahai. And who do I have with me this evening?
Hello, AfterBuzzers. Happy Monday. My name is Candice Cruz, and you can find me on all of my social media at Candice R. Cruz.
Hey guys, I'm Caley Rose, and you can find me at Caley Rose all over social media and my animated series Between Busts. Check it out. I love it. Hi. Hi, guys. I'm Laura L. Thomas. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laura L. Thomas TV. And I have to say, Tsahai, you have such a, Delilah quality about you.
I loved listening to her growing up.
She's
Your voice is so soothing. When we first just did that open, I was like, oh, I want her to lullaby me to sleep.
Thank you. Yes. But you know what? I'm just tired.
Well, it works for you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
I'm getting
it's
a little
look.
sick. Thank
Good
you.
sound.
Thank you. You guys are my energy that I need. So thank you.
We got you, girl.
So this week we're talking about episodes 7 and 8, and we'll start with 7. Kimmy learns about the weather. Okay. So our girl Kimmy, we open up with her talking to Titus about Perry and how upset she still is about him telling her that he's going to become a reverend. Mm-hmm. Titus, of course, zones out, but Kimmy, watching the news and hearing about this impending storm really shakes her up. It was funny to see how thrown off and how it threw her for a loop. But it sent her on a series of events which were really interesting because Kimmy always finds herself in some kind of crazy shenanigans.
She sure does, that Kimmy girl. And I love that they named the Hurricane Tammy with an I.
I mean, Tammy with an I.
Because it can be confusing sometimes. You got to ask.
Tammy with a Y? Tammy with an
Tammy
I?
with a Y was the hurricane last year. Now we have Tammy with an I as the hurricane this year.
They just didn't want to get more unique with the titles.
Right.
They decided, we're just going to repurpose it and change it a little bit.
With Drenched Thunderman. Yeah, there it is. I was like, what was his name?
They had such great unique names with that.
Now, are you guys Orange is the New Black fans?
Yeah.
So did you recognize him as the security that...
I like him so much better on this show than I do on the other one.
Sure do.
I love when actors have so much range. One minute you love them, one minute you hate them.
We talked about it last week, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crossover. Yeah, Netflix shows.
They keep it in the family.
Yeah, I like it. So how do I get on a Netflix show?
You start
If
right here
anyone
at
knows,
AfterBuzz.
let us know, okay? Because we want to get on there, too.
I'd like to be Mrs. Drenched Thunderman. Let the rain fall down.
Yes. Speaking of rain, so Kimmy hits the streets of New York trying to save people.
Yeah.
In this convenience store. Did you see her whistle? No.
She tried really hard.
And I feel for her because I can't whistle. Can you guys whistle?
Yeah. Well, I can whistle, but not that. Blazing.
Oh, I can't do that. I
want
can
that
do a
one all
bird
the time.
call.
Yeah. And if we're at some kind of event, I'm just like, oh, I'd love to whistle. You know, I always try. I'm still trying.
Yeah.
30 years later. I need to know more about this bird call.
Oh. Is that how you get the guys?
No, unfortunately, that is not how it works.
It's very
They're like, there's a bird.
Listen to your special skills. Yeah. Bird caller.
Exactly.
There is something come hither about it.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I should try it next time I go out on those streets in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Just do the bird call and see
what
how many.
comes. Don't do the bird call in Hollywood.
I'm
afraid of what you might attract.
Exactly.
Oh no.
So
Just about as bad as East Dogmouth.
East Dogmouth, exactly.
Good.
Hey, East Dogmouth is getting better, okay?
It is because of Artie.
Yes.
So Kimmy, when she was watching the news, she had a lot of faith in the news. And what I found interesting is there was this line where she said, don't listen, where she was told, don't listen to the news, it's all lies.
And she was like, we can't trust the news anymore.
I know, but
it's how I felt.
I feel the same way.
How I still feel. And my grandma, not to bring up my grandma, but she still watches the news and believes it all. And I have to be like, you need to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, she thinks that pit bulls are all bad, you know? And I'm just like, you're watching too much of the news. People.
I felt like Kimmy, because it's like, where do you go for information that you can trust? Especially then you have, like, you know, Facebook and Instagram. Like, you get information from those outlets as well. So who do you believe? So I felt for her.
Yeah.
Where do you guys get your news?
I watch
It's hard.
The View.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not kidding.
Today Show.
Right, exactly.
I love the Today Show.
I love the Today Show.
I mean, most of mine kind of comes from, like, I feel like when it comes to news stuff, they're always trying to, like, get the ratings, or they're trying to, like, one up or, like, break news because everyone else has an iPhone, so they're breaking it before they do. So I get most of mine actually from, like, shows like this.
Yeah.
Or, like, Chelsea Handler, or, like, what is her name? And I love her so much. She did the This Is Not the White House Party. What is her name? Blonde.
Is she from YouTube?
No,
On
she
NBC.
she had like an online show. I'll have to look it up and figure it out because someone knows and they're gonna call me out on it. But
Let
because
us know on our live
they'll like actually make fun of it to the point to where you kind of realize what's actually going on.
Right. Like my boyfriend Trevor Noah, he's a great way to, I trust him. He's a trusted, handsome source, and I believe everything he says.
As long as he's handsome, I'll trust him.
Yes, those eyes though.
Not his eyes.
I think
that
you need to
accent.
have various sources. You know,
Yes.
and you need to take everything with a grain of salt and be smart enough to get various sources and cross-reference and research.
Don't only look at Facebook, guys.
Exactly.
House of Cards, right?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
What's going on in House
See,
of Cards is where I get all my
Exactly.
news. I'm
Yep.
like, oh, okay, great. So,
Well, there's also someone who does not trust, you know, politicians and government, and that's Miss Lillian. So she's still on her mission to not get big naturals into their neighborhood, and she goes.
I'm such a 7-year-old boy. I'm like, big naturals.
I know, right?
well, I love that they point out that all of the chain stores sound
Yes.
like kind of inappropriate.
never think
so
about that.
true.
Yeah.
And there's okay, I'm gonna be really inappropriate, but there's always a Dick's and a BJ's in the same plaza. That is all I will say. Look around, and you will start to notice.
Okay, it
always
makes
in the
sense.
same plaza.
It makes
weird.
sense.
It's true. But you really do. You start thinking about it, and it's like, wow. Are we all just like a little bit off?
Right?
A little bit left of center? What's going on at these like CEO conventions? Like, let's call it BJ's. Let's call mine Dick's.
Exactly.
The raunchiest.
Yeah, I wonder
you get
why
it.
that is. Well, I'm gonna call mine big. Like,
Right.
Are we all one-upping each other, men?
It's that's what they're
Man.
probably doing. Well, that's that's what I love about Lillian. She's so passionate. She's gonna stand up for her rights. So she goes to Artie's construction site.
You got it, girl.
Thank you. Thank you.
did.
A bit of a tongue twister, like the ship that Titus was on as well.
Oh, gosh.
But she shuts it down to the point where Artie ends up having to shovel it.
I thought that was kind of
the
precious.
dirt himself.
I love the two of them so much. Like, I love that. I never knew that she needed a counterpart and like a teammate.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're the bickering guys on the Muppet Show. Like the two old men, because they're just like making all of their old people comments.
Yeah.
But I like oddly relate to those comments. Like when he said the rain was coming, and he was like, "I had a sister. She did everything right. She was active on a tennis club. Went out in the rain one time with wet hair." Dead.
It was at that moment I knew this was the guy for Lillian.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Dead.
But do you guys have that wet hair thing? Because my grandmother always told me
Yep.
not to go outside with wet
Oh,
hair.
yes.
Oh yeah.
And you know
Don't.
it's not true.
Yeah, Caribbean people, my family's from Jamaica, and so when you get touched by like rain, they'll take rubbing alcohol and just like tell you to splash it on your body and put it like in the center of your head. Like, you know how babies have that
Soft
that
spot.
soft spot. So even as an adult, they're like, just put a little bit in your head. And I mean, maybe
Did
What's
you
that
feel
for?
like-
What does that
to
do?
prevent you from, I guess it's supposed to close your pores up when you get wet. I don't know. It's an old wives' tale, but I do it.
Yeah.
You
Do you
gotta
carry it with you all over?
No. Just when by the time you get home,
I see.
you do a little
That's
rubbing
awesome.
alcohol.
Do a little dab.
Exactly.
I love it. The things you learn.
Yeah, it's just sharing my knowledge here.
That's what Lillian needed.
Exactly. So, and speaking of knowledge, so Artie informed her that he's kind of actually a good guy, and this was the episode where he was like, so what's your problem? Like, what's up with you? Like,
Yes.
I'm a hardworking person. But when he said, what's your problem? He was like, no, really, what's your problem? Because I wasn't sure if he was trying to, like, be nice or be mean to her in that moment.
Well, she needed someone to give her, a talking to, if you will. Because when she said her husband was dead and his was too, and he was like, when is it? And she was like, September. 40 years ago. 40 years ago! Like,
People die, get over it!
I was like, you go, Artie. Tell her.
I love it. She needs somebody to call her out and be in her place a little bit. And I think she ends up finding it a little hot.
A strong woman needs a strong man.
Definitely.
And that's what she found.
Yeah.
Hello, Artie.
I mean, don't you guys want like a man that will call you out on your stuff?
Yeah.
In a nice way. Like, don't. I've dated guys where they try to overdo it. Like, they're going to tell me what to do. And I'm like, okay, now calm down.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
No.
I'll take some constructive criticism, but I think also it helps when you respect the person.
For sure.
Because if you're just, a bad person and you're trying to tell me what to do, I'm going to be like, worry about yourself, okay?
Yeah.
So,
What's the Titus line?
which one? Because I wrote down several.
Oh my God.
It's time to go,
Get
girl.
out of Yeah,
It's time to go,
It's time
girl.
to go, man.
It's time to go, girl.
It's time to go, girl.
So when Lillian has this talk with Artie, he tells her that, you have to kind of come up to the times, like change with the times. I have a problem with realizing how much time has passed. Like I probably, if I had somebody that died, I probably would think he just died and it'd be 40 years also, because it's just change. It's difficult. Change is hard, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
But
I
when-
still think I'm 13.
Exactly. Right?
I get in the car and I'm like, I shouldn't be driving. I'm not old enough to drive. And I'm like, oh, I've been driving for 10 years.
Exactly. It's especially hard with clothing because, like, how old are you two? Like, when should you stop shopping at Forever 21?
Well, we're not
like,
Forever 21.
I was getting ready to say, wait a second. My whole wardrobe's Forever 21.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm still 21.
young at heart. That's what it is. Like,
That's right.
That's right.
You know what? My red top from last week is Forever 21.
See, and you look
Okay.
gorgeous.
I love it. All my
Gorgeous.
stuff is from there.
I feel like Forever 21 is I don't know that it's got an age.
Okay, Kat, thank you.
There you go.
Just checking.
There you go.
My grandma
checking.
has bought stuff there. Why I keep bringing her up today? It must be Lillian and
Grandma needs to call you.
like a white T-shirt.
Oh,
That was
okay.
like an extra large when she's a small,
I
like that
thought-
kind of thing.
I thought
They
she was
like
going to be
vintage
like,
stuff.
like Batty Winky.
Oh yeah, like cutout dresses.
She's from Kentucky.
Is she?
Yeah,
I love
she is.
her.
Yeah.
Love her.
I love her so much.
Patty Winky.
So Lillian finds out that her new boo Artie is helping fund the 2nd Avenue subway line. Now, for anyone that has lived in New York, the 2nd Avenue subway line is this thing that everyone said it's coming. There's been construction. There's traffic because of this construction for this subway line. Everyone was excited for years. So in this episode, they say it's finally happening. So it's like really like a miracle.
Yeah.
And it really makes a miracle happen for Lillian because it kind of softens her up.
And
Yeah.
this is one of the things that I love about this show is that it stays so relevant to the times of what's
Yeah.
actually happening in New York right now. Because that was one thing. I have lived in New York. Have you guys lived in New York?
Yeah.
So I have lived.
Yeah, I traveled there a lot, but I didn't
good
never
thing.
live there.
Yeah. So if you have lived in New York, obviously because you're Columbia. But if you have lived in New York, it is one of those things that you're just like, when is this happening? It would be amazing. It's so good. And then you like lose hope. Like,
No.
Exactly.
It was not. There's
6
no
months.
progress being made, right? I
No.
haven't missed. Okay.
no, there's just signs posted
figured.
everywhere to like make you
Yeah.
think that it's actually happening. And
Right.
he's like, no, this is the T train. It's actually the 2nd Avenue line. It's happening. And it's like, what? They did it? I like got so excited when I saw this episode. I was like, they finished it.
Exactly.
Nobody told me.
I'll let you know. I'll be there tomorrow. So
Yeah.
as soon as I'll go scout out the 2nd Avenue line for us. Yeah.
You should go to all the places that they show in the show and like take a selfie.
I don't know if you have any other
That'd be
plans
so
this weekend.
I'm
I know.
actually,
Just in case you don't have plans.
yeah. I'm actually going to visit my grandma. So, yes.
Tell her my grandma says hi.
I will. So go shop
I feel like I should move out of the way here and let the grandma
Grandma
fest
love.
happen.
I want to call my grandma.
You should. I think that's what that's what we're putting out there right now. Everyone calls their
I'm going
grandmas. And we end with Lillian and Artie making a truce, basically. They kind of, and not only
truce?
truce,
Lips.
they make a
gonna
truce
say.
and they make out. Exactly. With
The
their
lip
lips.
truce.
Yes.
What does she say? What was the line where she's like, I love what the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Now I want to put my mouth on your mouth.
Yes.
She has some good lines. Like who would say no to that? You know?
Least sexy approach to a kiss ever.
And her
Right.
arms out. Like he hugs her and kisses her and her arms are like straight out. I'm like,
But think about it. Think about the last boyfriend she had. She's probably like, okay,
40 years ago.
Well, no, the boyfriend. Remember?
Oh, yes. Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy's normal. He has a job. Well, the other one we don't know what he did, but he can communicate. Right. He won't kill. She doesn't have to worry about him killing her in her sleep. So this is definitely like a step up.
Yeah.
She's moving forward.
Step in the right direction, Lillian.
Yes.
Making progress, lady.
Exactly.
Everyone is.
See, there's a parallel. She's making progress. New York is making progress.
And then another person that made progress was our friend Titus.
I know.
Time to go, girl.
I know. So Titus has this nightmare about the cruise ship, okay? Because it's still bothering him, okay? Because he still hasn't told us what happens. Then he sees himself on this commercial.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, his interaction with the gentleman in the store to fix the boombox.
I know.
Poor guy did not know what that was. Like, I think he's under the age of like 19. Where he's like, sir, I don't know what that is.
He was like, you're not going to take off your glasses and I'm suddenly going to think you're handsome or like something like that. I was like, oh.
I love it.
But I guess Titus also, it's hard for him to give things up and realize that time has passed. But I love the fact that he still has a boombox. My aunt had that boombox. So
Yeah.
I know.
love it.
Did he have a 5-year warranty?
I know,
Whatever he was
a
trying to
relic.
cash in.
5-year update.
Yeah.
I still think
cassette
he
tapes?
thinks it's the 90s.
Yeah.
No, that's 80s. That
Yeah.
boombox is
Like,
80s.
Right,
These
but
are
like
the
it could have been like 85 and it's 5-year renewal. So he thinks it's the 90s.
There you go.
That's true.
2017.
Yes,
It's not
I
even
know.
2000s.
I don't think he owns a calendar. If he's still using pizza boxes for like something that he wanted to save, I think it's safe to say he doesn't know what year it is.
But maybe he's recycling. That's what I think. Titus recycled, his paychecks when he ate them. Exactly.
Going back to the earth.
I love that little purple guy though in the commercials. Like I want him to guide my life.
But why did he also have
You
a
gotta
scarf?
go, girl.
Yeah, he had a scarf like Titus. I was like, dang, they really like stole his essence. But
They did.
It also brings up a really good issue too because I don't know that I related to it because I have signed so many releases and consent forms
Makes
and
me
just been
nervous.
like, I'm an actor, I want this job, signature. Like,
Yes.
what did I sign away?
Yeah.
They could come for my firstborn.
Right.
They might be outside.
True.
Might be.
I know, it's true.
It is, yeah. I've signed many waivers.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Young actors out there, don't do it.
Well, like Titus said, you should always have someone with glasses read your paperwork.
yeah, and he
You
did
know?
not listen to his own
he
advice.
did not.
No.
He decides that he's going to fight Big Pharma. Okay. That when he and Kimmy are on this mission to find out, okay, who is stealing his voice.
Yeah.
My favorite scene of episode 7 was when they ambushed the guy.
Yes.
What was his name?
the parking garage.
Yes, Dale Bortz.
Dale Bortz.
Okay, Dale was so funny, but when you saw all that footage of Titus's audition,
I know. Governor.
You're just so desperate.
That's what they say. I gotta make him remember me or something.
now
like
all
that.
of you are actresses.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever had an audition experience like that where you were like, you felt like it wasn't going well, so you try to like do the most to bring it back?
No.
No.
I'm like, thank you, bye.
I've had one audition experience where I walked into the room, went to shake the casting director's hand because they extended their hand first.
Oh, they did?
So they extended their hand first, so I went to go shake their hand. Did not realize that there was a step down and bit it into the room. True story.
Okay. And how did you recover from that? Because I know you did, because you're
Did you
amazing.
book it?
I did.
See?
Yay!
I'm not gonna lie, I did, but it was one of the more humiliating moments of my life.
That's fantastic.
I just kind of got up and I was like, well, you can't forget me now.
See? And that's why
What
you got
do
the
with
part.
it. Yeah.
You better
It's like,
watch out.
Here we go.
They may be stealing your voice now. I mean, well, you booked the job, so I guess it worked. But.
I have heard the positive of that, though. A friend of mine had an audition, and then, like, 4 weeks later, she gets a letter in the mail from SAG and got SAG eligible because of the audition, because they were going to
they
use
used
her,
it?
like, audition. So when she signed the waiver, she all of a sudden, like, 4 weeks later, got a letter in the mail. They're like, you're eligible.
That's
It's
awesome.
like, okay.
Very nice.
Cool.
That's
I
great.
can't believe
Right?
that happened.
Right? I'm still jealous to this day. I'm like, dang it. Why didn't I go to that audition?
Your time will come. Don't worry.
You
Don't
too
worry.
can fall into a room.
I could. Just fall in.
Just wait. Just wait for the right ledge down and you'll find it. You'll find it. It's perfect. Wait, my favorite actually of that whole scene that happened when when Titus calls Kimmy to tell her where to meet him, and he goes right across at the Sabaros. Sabaros, let the airport come to you.
Clearly, he's done an audition for them because it's just programmed in his mind.
He is a mess.
I mean, I love me some Sabaros, but it brings the airport to you.
It does. It does. And Kimmy was the fact that Titus was able to sway Kimmy from her mission of saving the world to coming and helping him.
Right.
As we see later, it was an issue that she kind of was like, I'm always kind of letting things slide a little later. She discusses that with him. After they confront Dale Bortz, Titus goes to speak to Big Pharma, and he realizes he's actually been the one sabotaging himself. I love when Titus has an epiphany like this.
Yeah.
And I feel like it spoke to, as human beings, sometimes we're in our own way with certain things, and we don't naturally let things happen because we're scared of what the possibilities may be. So what do you guys think about that part?
Well, I think it was a huge growing moment for Titus, and I love that seems to be his journey this season is a lot of personal growth, which is really cool. But then also, like, it is nice. It's just nice to see these characters just developing, and growing and becoming, real people, I guess.
Yeah. And he has to fall and go, hit the bottom in order to rise.
He has to trip into a room.
That's right.
Literally.
That's right.
That's it.
Literally. This is his trip into a room moment. You're welcome, Titus.
I wrote down some randomness that connects to things that we've spoken about before. We see the dolphin. You mentioned that there was always a dolphin.
I swear to God, I did not watch forward in the episodes, but my prediction came true.
It did.
I love it.
I can't believe it.
And the funny thing is, Lillian says that they're riddled with STDs.
Look it up. She says, Google it.
See, they have a thing against dolphins.
Yes. And then
Where did it come from?
who brought up Yuko the robot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we see Yuko working.
Cameraman for Trench Cameraman.
Now, camera lady, because I saw she was
she
gender neutral.
She has some boobs.
Isn't there a male
She
and
does
a
have
female?
boobs. There's a male and a
Two-
female.
There was a male at
two
the
robots.
telethon.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I loved there were some people that had comments on the last one that went back apparently all the way back to the first season, which I forgot that they buried one of the robots
Yes.
that someone killed.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks
now it's
guys
this
for
little
letting us
Easter
know.
egg. Yeah.
Because I completely forgot about the robot. I was like, why is there a robot? Random. When she gets sunk in a bunker and now there's a robot.
I love it. Well, another random thing was when Kimmy said, "Oh my gosh, you only open Salon de Titus when you're upset." So when Titus was calling the dolls,
Salon to Titus.
I know. It was so sweet. And then in this episode, we can't forget that we see Miss Maya Rudolph for the first time playing Miss Dionne Warwick.
You know who we
is
did
so
see in
good.
this one though was Jacqueline.
No.
No,
Yeah,
we did
In
not.
either.
No, we did
Yeah.
not. No.
Takes a hiatus.
2 weeks
She's
away
been
from her.
we've had very Jacqueline heavy story though.
Yeah,
for the past couple
prior to
weeks.
this.
Yeah.
So I think it was Titus's moment. And I think they knew too, like once they were gonna let us know what this whole
Thing was.
nightmare issue was about. I think
Yeah.
you gotta devote it all pretty much to Titus.
Titus.
Yeah, totally. We've been waiting for this because we've
yeah.
trying to figure out how he ended up on the beach.
I
in the
thought they were
first
going to
place.
withhold it until the very end, and thankful that it was
I'm glad it's in the
mid-season,
middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Maya Rudolph was the funniest thing ever.
I mean, when he was her understudy going into episode 8 now, guys, Titus tells Kimmy, I've done something really, really bad. And he, in his mind, thinks that he has eaten Miss Dionne Warwick.
which was a horrifying scene. Her
Right.
face is just like this as he's eating
As
her
he's
like an
chewing
animal.
her away.
But the insults Dionne Warwick was saying to Titus, that had me dead.
Nobody loves Titus.
Yes, so good.
I listened to it over and love it so much.
Oh my gosh.
She
I want that as my ringtone. I want that as my ringtone in my phone.
Love ringtone.
But speaking, Titus thought he ate Miss Dionne Warwick, but he did not. But you know what people can eat while they're watching their Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt episodes? They can order Denny's on demand.
They can.
Yes,
Yes, please.
And I really need some Denny's tonight.
I mean, I would
We order
love
now.
some. It's down the street.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's
so
go.
Won't take long.
Denny's, as we know, has always been a place where America can come and get their favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner dishes, and serving guests whatever they want, whenever they want it, you know? But now with Denny's On Demand, they've taken some time to apply this philosophy that it's always open, 24/7, right at your fingertips.
Thank goodness. Pancakes at 2 a.m.
Right?
Let's go.
That's exactly
Grand
what I
slam.
need.
Breakfast for dinner is
Always.
the best.
Pancakes.
Hey, Denny's, if you're watching, well, actually, I should just download it on
like
my
a
phone
round
right now,
Grand
and then I
Slams.
can just order it for us.
Perfect.
Done. I'll do that
While you're
right
doing
now.
that, you know, you can order online and bring these dinners and lunches and anything that you want right
there.
to your fingertips. It's a great app. Thanks to this new platform that they have, guests have a quick and easy way to place a mobile or online order for takeout or delivery of their favorite menu items all day, every day.
All day,
I'm-
every day, Denny.
Hey.
Let's go.
Okay, day.
And
I'm
you get a
actually pulling it up right
special-
now.
Lovely. So if having your favorite Denny's dish available at your fingertips 24/7 isn't enough, they've also partnered with Hulu to give you a 60-day trial of premium streaming service.
That's awesome.
I mean,
60 days, that's a long trial.
That's better than what they give you at the
Yeah,
beginning.
usually people
Yeah.
give you like a week to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
60 days is a long time.
you can watch your harlots, eat your pancakes, and just enjoy your evening.
I'm like really
Watch your
excited
Hulu.
about this app here.
Yeah.
Like it's
And
very pretty.
I'm on the Denny's On Demand website right now too, and guys, it's super easy to use. You
Yeah.
just enter in where you are. It finds a location. You add your
that
items,
burger
and it's
looks
good to
really
go.
good.
This is what I'm talking
There's
Those fries look good.
1.96 miles away, guys. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we should like order now.
It's right down the street.
Right.
So for a limited time, users who place an order with Denny's On Demand will receive a complimentary Hulu trial, and they'll be able to binge watch, you know, their favorite shows for 60 whole days, which is great. So don't forget to check Denny's On Demand online ordering, and order your favorite food right at your fingertips.
Ooh, Titus would love that. I don't think he owns a cell phone, but if he did, I think he'd be all up in it.
He
You
probably
know.
couldn't pay the bill if he did.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, he'd
he'd
figure
dine
out a way
and
for
dash.
like Lillian or Kimmy to pay for it.
That's right.
Well, we heard he's not paying rent, and he doesn't like to play games where you have to pretend to pay rent. So that's not his thing.
That's right.
That's when you know you don't like paying rent. But don't even like
But
pretend like
he
paying
lucks
things.
out that he's still staying. Like I don't think that would ever fly out in LA or in New York.
No, not at all.
Crazy
He
that,
said
like-
like, oh, I'll just
Actually-
be my adorable self. You know, he thinks he can get away with things.
No, in New York, you know how people haven't paid rent and then they end up there's like
Squatting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well they have strong tenants' rights, so people end up like being able to stay and
Wait, what? Really?
California
Yes.
too. Strong tenants, right?
Yeah.
Don't give anyone any ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what does that mean?
Meaning like there are
it's
laws
really
that kind of
hard.
protect.
Yeah.
So especially if you, I think in rent controlled apartments, you can't. It's not as easy as you think to get kicked out.
It's really difficult to evict someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and expensive, actually,
See?
to evict somebody.
Because you can't do it with your own arms. You have to hire.
Yeah, I think just like paperwork and what it costs,
all of that.
like the moving costs and all of that stuff.
You
Yeah.
see, well, Titus isn't getting kicked out anytime soon.
No.
But there was a moment where he possibly could have because Kimmy got mad. So with bringing you up to speed, so Titus thinks he ate Dionne Warwick, Miss Maya Rudolph, who played this role in an amazing way. Like
Amazing.
Fantastic.
it made me want to go back and see, is this really how Dionne Warwick acts?
I almost Googled it, but I was like, I'll just Google it afterwards.
Is she
But
like really mean?
I mean, she did
I
have
hope
this
not.
feud with Aretha Franklin.
Oh,
Yes. Even to this day, there's a feud. I saw it on Wendy Williams recently.
But it makes
oh
sense.
no.
Oh, no,
They're
you-
both divas at the top of their
No,
game.
what happened was Dionne Warwick faxed Aretha Franklin like some shade. Yes.
Old school tweeting?
Faxed her some shade.
Yes, she did.
Like yesterday?
Like checking her, like,
Stop it.
Yes. And I forgot what specifically it was about, but it was sent via fax.
Imagine that fax coming through. It's saying line by line. It's old school
You-
tweeting.
Aretha
Hate.
Franklin, I hate your music. Go. Like, what?
Yeah, it was crazy. But isn't that something that Titus would also do? Like, it's in true
To be more dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have technology.
Well,
we
his
saw that.
fax machine is still broken.
Right, we saw
We
that
never
copy
got
machine
that.
they have.
The
I was
copy
gonna say,
machine's
what if
not
it was
working.
that printer, the printer that printed it? Can you imagine spitting that out? It'd be there for days. Take a year to start a war.
Exactly.
Fax something back and take a year to get back on the other side. It's like old school, like snail mail.
Right.
But
it's effective. Like she got that message and she got it. I mean, obviously it was in the trade, so she got the word got to her somehow.
Yeah, it did.
Speaking of you said, what did you say? War or
start a war.
Start a war. Kimmy decides she's going to not create a bunker, but she's going to create a funker.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Funker, okay? Because, again, this storm, what's the name of the storm again?
Hurricane Tammy with an eye.
Yes, Hurricane Tammy's still going on. And Kimmy's still, she's still, hurricanes, how they say, like, dogs start getting crazy? Yeah. And our weatherman said his calves were feeling the pain.
Yes. Oh, he got implants.
Yeah, he had
calf implants,
right.
Calf implants are killing me.
Exactly. It kind of threw Kimmy for a loop as well.
Yeah.
So she was a little off and trying to gain some sense of control in this, like, difficult weather situation.
Yeah, but she made it not a funker. It wasn't very, she
No,
was like, you
fun.
will have fun.
It was aggressive.
You won't make out.
Yes. She had her rules written on the wood.
No bad guys.
No bad guys.
Well, keep it PG.
Yep.
Which Lillian thought meant she couldn't smoke, but she could be topless.
If it had violent content,
Right.
If it was violent content, she could be topless.
Yes,
Apparently,
she was-
that's PG.
Yeah, she was ready for
Apparently.
it.
Wait, is that not PG?
I don't know the actual
Can I not
specifications.
be topless and better?
Oh, well, you know.
Boobs in California. No.
Be free.
Maybe later.
Be free. Another one of Kimmy's rules was to share. No bad guys, no fighting, and have fun. But do you think they were having fun down there?
No.
I think she was reverting back to what the Reverend was doing to her in the bunker. It was like that syndrome that you have after that event. Because she kept having flashbacks. She was like, no, it's a bunker. Trying so hard.
The only two people having fun were Artie and Lillian.
Oh, yeah.
They were having a great time.
Those Eskimo kisses?
Butterfly
kisses?
They were
I don't know the
cute.
difference.
Those were Eskimo. Butterflies with your eyelashes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But Titus was like, sometimes things that aren't supposed to be dirty really are.
Which is
It's
true.
true.
Yes.
It would be creepy. If we
It
were just
was.
sitting
Like
there,
walking and,
rubbing eyelashes.
Now,
do it.
Kimmy
A little close.
also...
A little close.
She found these board games in the garbage can, and she was really excited about playing them. Now, I love a good board game.
Oh, yeah.
I do too, but my mom never wanted to play them with me, so I never played board games so
My
much.
mom
when I
is
was
a huge board game person.
Sorry, Mom. I
At
love
our
you.
house, we had 97 kids. Come over 6. So, close
Oh,
to
wow,
97.
that's fun.
Yeah. Never a dull moment.
I love it.
Oh,
I love
I
it.
love.
Only child.
Well, so there were so many missing pieces, which again threw Kimmy off. Like, why do you think she got so mad when the pieces were missing for the game?
It's a frustrating moment.
I think it's a little bit of control. Like, she's trying so hard to, have fun and create this essence of fun that it's like, I think she's very type A.
That's why I'm like, I
We
understand.
will have fun. There have to be pieces.
Poor thing.
Well, and her plan just keeps falling through. I think all she wants is for people. It goes back to classic Kimmy. Like, all she wants is to make people feel good, have people be happy. And she was like, this was her mission to try to save them from the hurricane. This was her grand plan, and so I think she was just a little frustrated that it was all her plan was being thwarted.
Now, speaking of plans, we finally find out what happened on that boat with Titus and Miss Dionne Warwick.
And the corn.
And
The corn was great.
and the hot tub water.
Oh my god.
So, I didn't know he poisoned everyone. And then when he kind of became a diva himself because he was trying to steal the show.
It was very Sunset Boulevard.
Yes.
That whole montage at the end with him coming the poisoning of everybody and then him doing his big finale. I was like, am I watching Sunset Boulevard? What's happening?
The dancers all
Throwing up while he's performing.
I was so nervous for those glasses too as they were stacked up on that boat, the champagne glasses. I was like, y'all are on a boat. One wrong sway and that whole thing's coming down.
Yes.
I would stack your glasses a little differently.
Have some boat sense.
Exactly.
Some boat etiquette. Come on.
Titus he went boat crazy because
he did.
that he went power hungry. That's what it was.
Him doing the hold up with the water bottle though was great.
Have any of you guys ever worked on a cruise ship?
I've only been on a short cruise from Miami to the Bahamas and back.
I was 4 the last time I was on a cruise ship, so I vaguely remember it. Goofy came and tucked me into bed, and that's about all I remember.
That's so cool.
It was a Disney cruise.
Also creepy.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that.
Just gonna point that out.
Yes.
actually goofy.
Yes,
creepy when
but
you
you're
think
an
it's a
adult and you're
person.
like, this is really weird.
It sounded a little
Oh,
inappropriate.
no.
I know.
So just ruined my whole childhood.
Right? We're not being sponsored by Disney this
I
week.
can't talk anymore.
I was like,
tonight,
that's-
guys.
No, that's not okay.
I got
Right.
braids with beads in my hair. Let's change the subject. There we
Okay,
go on the cruise ship.
well,
there we go.
That's,
Let's-
that's
you were one
back.
of those
You were a
girls.
trendsetter because
was.
braids with beads are back, girl. So you were ahead of
Yeah,
your
girl.
time. Ahead of your time. On this cruise ship now. So Titus here lied to Kimmy and said that the cruise ship sank.
The
But
ocean skank sank.
Yes, what was the name of it?
The ocean
skank.
skank.
The Ocean Skank.
And she got so upset when she found out that he lied to her. Now, I mean, I don't like liars either, but it really seemed to hurt her feelings and really threw her off to the point where she was like, I'm going to my Columbia friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, I mean, again, I think this is showing some growth in their relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I think what Kimmy would normally find acceptable or something that she is able to overlook is now no longer acceptable. She's like, I have people in my life that wouldn't lie to me.
Right.
I'm going to go hang out with them.
And she's giving Titus boundaries, which he's not used to her giving.
Yeah,
I think she's getting her power finally.
for sure.
I think she's been watching all these girls and like going to college and like she's finally been out of the bunker long enough to kind of put all the puzzle pieces together
Right.
and like realize her own worth.
Right.
Which I enjoyed it because she's like calling him out on his crap.
Yeah. And
To that point, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
No, to that point, she's used to being self-sacrificial
Yes.
for people.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think she's no longer doing that.
Which I think a lot of females are victim of like being very, you want to be motherly, you want to help people,
You
you
want
want to
people to
love
like
people, you want
you.
them to like you.
People pleasers.
Whatever the thing is of the reason why you become self-sacrificial, I think women are more prone to that than men are. And I
Absolutely.
loved that she turned the tables and
Yeah.
was like,
And
no.
there's power in saying no.
Yeah.
And he even said, like, you have a line to cross.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
What?
His
He
facial
has
reaction
gone
was great.
so far, and she has forgiven and forgiven and forgiven. You know,
Yeah.
And finally, she's taking her power.
Yeah.
I like it.
And female empowerment this whole season.
That's right.
Where are they gonna
That's
end
right.
up?
Well, they say you don't miss your water till your well runs dry, and so Kimmy had to leave in order for Tyson, I don't know, Tyson Bedford, yes,
Oh.
for Titus to realize that she's been such a positive, motivating force in his life.
Yep.
And Lillian as well, because when they said they used to argue like 2 hours a day prior, he didn't have a boyfriend, he ain't had no job. I mean, he needs Kimmy to make him a better person.
Yep.
And it was so sweet when she was like, "No, I want you to find it in yourself."
He's like, I'm trying, okay?
Yeah.
Really hard. I do what I can, but I'm not there yet.
And the high five.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
all
she
she
had a
wanted.
montage of different high fives, and she's like,
remind-
you get it.
Reminded me of the Parent Trap. When they had the little hand
I didn't see
thing,
it.
yes.
Like
the,
secret high five.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever this
Hilarious.
was. Yes. I'm just gonna swim at you.
I
That was
didn't
great. They
see
did
that
fantastic.
one.
Yeah.
But I thought she was gonna say, you have to, come with me to my favorite store. You have to give me money. She just wanted a little high five.
That's all she wanted.
She's a simple gal. She's a simple gal.
Simple needs.
Yep. But so we see Titus releases all his demons. Lillian gets a man, and Kimmy gets a backbone, I guess, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
My randomness in this episode was Miss Dionne Warwick when she was changing clothes on air, talking about
Yes.
being birthed.
Yes.
We were trying to do one of them quick changes that they do with the Catherine Perry concert.
Yes, the Catherine Perry concept, but it reminds me of my time
Being birthed.
being birthed.
It's a fair analogy.
Right. I mean,
Because have you ever gotten stuck in clothing in a
it's
dressing
scary.
room?
That
Oh,
happens
my
Oh, it's the
God.
worst feeling. I'm
It's
like,
the
oh God,
worst.
I'm gonna have to
And
pay
you
for
get
this.
really hot and you start sweating. You're like, I might never leave this
because
dress.
you don't know, should you get out for someone to help you or try to take off the dress yourself?
But if you can't,
I think there's nothing worse.
just walking out with your arms up, like, can someone help me?
Yeah, it happened to me
So
today.
Really?
Did it really?
Yeah, because I'm trying on ensembles for my trip. I found something fierce. I'll show you like pictures.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But you did get out of the outfit.
Oh, I did.
Good.
It was a bit of maneuvering. It was like I may dislocate my shoulder right now,
God,
but I'm
that's
going to
the
get out of
worst.
this.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wardrobe malfunction for real.
What are we
Also-
wearing, ladies?
Right?
What are we wearing?
But what sizes are we trying to be?
They try and
know,
they
right?
make the shoulder holes too small. No one has that shorter shoulders. Like
Exactly.
everyone has broad shoulders.
Exactly.
Right.
That's where it gets stuck. Like
It's
Right.
like being birthed.
Yes, Miss Dionne Warwick. Miss Dionne also referenced New Jersey a lot. You know, she is, if some of you did not know, she is Miss Whitney Houston's aunt. So, or cousin. Yes. And they're all from New Jersey. So I just thought that was so funny. She kept on referencing Jersey. Wait, did you see Leah Michelle?
Oh, yes.
With the hair in the front the whole time.
Like, what was the purpose? Why did she even need to? She didn't need to have a duet, you know?
But
it was
you know,
just funny.
it was for the telethon,
Yeah.
you know. And then we also saw another robot at the telethon. Now, this wasn't Yuko, right? This is a different one. This is the male. I thought it was the male version.
I can't keep them
I
straight.
don't, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
There
it.
is two.
Yeah, there are two.
Yeah, there's two.
Okay. Well, I felt like of the episodes that we've watched so far, these were my two favorites right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I love closure, and I was really dying to know what Titus did. I mean, the fact that he thought he ate Dionne Warwick, but he really ate his wigs and his paychecks.
I know.
His paychecks, like, come on, you could have at least ate the envelope and everything else, but that one check, just you had to last you.
I know.
I know.
What a crazy man.
And the wigs, I like how they have so many different purposes. Like she was saying, I let you, or you know, you pretend that you're pregnant. And he's like, why else would I have wigs? All right, he ate them. Where are they going to come up next?
Yes. Well,
Wigs.
next week we will not be on Monday because due to the 4th of July holiday, but catch us the following week where we will cover episodes 9 and 10. And as
Are we already at 9 and 10?
Yes.
We are.
Yes.
It's going so fast, lady.
I know.
I know.
I love my Monday nights. Like, Mondays are hard, but I don't get the case of the Mondays when I'm coming here.
No, we're like a jolt of energy. Great way to start your week.
Right?
It is. We're gonna savor it.
That's
Savor
right.
it.
Well, stay tuned. Keep up with us on AfterBuzz TV. My name is Tsahai. You can find me on social media at Say Hi Tsahai. Where can they find you?
Hi, guys. I'm Candice Cruz, and you can find me on all my social media at Candice R. Cruz.
Hey guys, I'm Caley Rose, and you can find me all over the social medias at Caley Rose and my animated series Between Busts.
Yep, and I don't have an animated series, but I do have an Instagram and Twitter. I'm Laura L. Thomas. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laura L. Thomas TV.
And keep in tune with us on AfterBuzz TV. Comment in our comments on Instagram and Twitter. We love hearing from you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yay!
Happy 4th of July. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.